Yo, what's poppin' traders? It's your boy TJ. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to MeetMattL, 10.6k subscribers. Make sure to check him out. The video is he tried FOREX signal services for a week. We're gonna see his results. Hopefully he risk manages. But
I don't know why I'm actually doing this. It's literally one loss after another. Like, it's obviously not gonna work. I tried signal services for a week when I first started trading back in 2018. I thought I was one solid group away from securing the Lambo. That never happened. Maybe things are different now. Okay, first things first, we need to actually sign up for a group. I've been in the FX space for a little while, so I'm gonna sign up for one that I have heard about. Okay, there's about $100 a month.
I wonder who it is.
Credit card. Signal services that I've been in before, it was on Telegram. This one's gonna be on Discord, so that should be interesting. Don't know what the layout's gonna be. It's just one channel, not breaking it down per chart, per pair, or whatever. Just scrolling through a few of the trades that they've set up. It actually looks pretty solid so far. Definitely a little bit of emphasis on fundamentals, but it looks like a lot more trading than I do. Lower time frame, so there's gonna be a lot more setups. It's gonna be interesting to see how well I'm actually able to follow all of the trades, because I feel like if you miss one, it's going to totally throw off all of your stats. It's 854, not that you can see that. Just took another loss on gold, which is just
20 pips.
It's so stupid. Back from the future here, I'm just editing the video and I realized that I did not film the clips of me trading Monday morning, and I did start trading a couple of days prior to filming this video, so if I look overly frustrated, it's not just because it was the first loss of the day. There was a few before this.
What size account is he using?
Okay, so it was this sell. You can see here it's coming right through. So there's a sell right here. It was a silly 50 fib, but it's just gone right through the stop loss. I can't say I'm frustrated because I am frustrated, but I can't say I'm frustrated because nobody's holding a gun to my head to take these trades, but it's obviously annoying. There hasn't been a winning trade. There's been one winning trade, which was I think just a day before I started this video. It's literally all red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses in a row. The first trade was a win, so that is pretty
minus
annoying.
145 pips. So in just one day, the guy managed, the trading service managed to do minus 145 pips in one day. That is nuts.
On Tuesday, I didn't do a ton of trading because I headed to a cottage for the day, but early in the morning around 7 a.m. there was a signal sent out in the group that I managed to get into. The audio quality of that video was terrible, but basically I'm just here awkwardly saying how another signal was sent out. I managed to get into the trade, but that it was not looking good. And ultimately, that trade turned into another loss for a negative 20 pips.
Minus 165 now. It gets worse. It gets worse.
It is 7:45 a.m. and yesterday I had a super busy day, so I didn't give you a very thorough update on what's going on. I've learned some interesting things about using signals. I'm not just trying to take the signals blindly. I want to learn too, like, what the thought process is behind these. It's always good to learn from others. Definitely a very different strategy and system than what I've been used to. Now, something that I've learned with signals is that something that's important with all strategies is you need to remain consistent in your implementation of the strategy, because if you're taking all the trades and then you miss one trade, if the trade you miss is a winner, well then the law of averages isn't really playing out in your favor. So you want to always be taking every signal in the sense of, if the market is telling you to get into a trade based on your system and strategy, you're going to want to take that trade. There was another setup taken at around 11:30, close to midnight, that I was sleeping for, so I did not take. And that setup to me did not really make sense at all. I don't even know why.
Like, this is the only difficult thing with following signals. Like, if you're asleep and they're posting a signal and it's a winner and you've been on losses and you missed the winner and they don't have a high win rate, then that could be a big problem.
Why they're taking it. One thing that I have learned is risk management and a certain approach that I have not seen anywhere else. The stop loss they use is always between 10 and 30 pips. And so instead of calculating your risk based on 1, 2%, half percent of your account, They say that you need to use the exact same lot size every single time you take a trade. You need to calculate what kind of risk you're willing to take with a 30 pip stop loss, because a 30 pip stop loss will be your maximum loss. So if you want that to be 1%, you calculate that, and then a 10 pip stop loss would be a third of that 1%. They said that after you make several thousand pips, that's when you can consider increasing that lot size. The fact that they said a few thousand pips goes to show that they're pretty ambitious. You know, taking a typical like a 30 pip stop loss, 30 pip take profit trade, it would take me a very long time to hit thousands of pips. Like, it would probably take me years. And something else that I've learned, and that
depending on the pair, but like, mate, could you imagine catching like a 20 pip or so, 1,000 pip take?
Find really interesting is the psychological task that this kind of strategy takes. So the win rate is much lower than what I am used to, and that is fine because the winners are going to be much larger, but it takes a certain kind of trader to be able to withstand multiple consecutive losses to stick with the strategy and keep going. Okay, so it's still early morning, it's only 8:30, but we're about to have another trade trigger. It's a buy on gold. So it's a buy right here at the 1738 level. The risk to reward is 9.64. Obviously there'd be partial profits along the way, so it wouldn't exactly be 9.64.
That's not bad though, that's not bad. That entry could come in.
It's coming. Okay, so the trade just triggered. Pretty exciting stuff. A little bit unfortunate that I didn't actually get into the short from late last night. That would have been a good 80 pips, but we did get into the buy. Hopefully this works out, because if we were to take a loss here, technically it would still be profitable for the day, so that's a plus for the signal service regardless of how this trade works out. But again, the downside of these services is you gotta get into all of the trades. So things are looking pretty decent so far. We are up, we're up 37 pips, so we're getting a nice reaction on this level. Looking good so far. Okay, we just had our first win with the signals. Very exciting stuff, and it worked out quite nicely because the risk to reward, we closed a little bit early. The risk to reward,
like, he would be in profit right now if he was in the sales.
It was around 4.5. So I can see how long term this could actually work out, because we're taking a lot of consistent and consecutive losses, but the wins are larger, which is obviously super important for a strategy like this. So you cannot close early. I know a lot of traders that close super early when they get into a winning trade, then it's just a disaster waiting to happen. So I took partials roughly halfway. So you can see here that we got a really strong reaction. This is the 5-minute chart. This is turning into a pretty crazy day. It's now, I don't know, it's like 11, yeah, it's 11 o'clock exactly, and they just sent another trade for a buy that is about to get 15 pips away. It's right here. It's actually a decent setup. The 50 fib, the 78 fib as well, and this key level at 1740. We're getting a bounce from here, which isn't ideal, so I hope we actually come right back down. This trading is way more exciting than my trading. This is like 15-minute chart. Okay, we just got into the trade. 6 pips in profit, 30 pip stop loss, and 100 pip take profit. I do like the technicals on this. Do I look sad? It's because I am. So we just took a loss. So pretty crazy day. That was the third trade of the day. Only second one that I got into. That's probably enough trading for me today. We'll see what happens for the rest of the week. Tomorrow is NFP, so it'll be interesting to see how the signal group kind of adjusts or accommodates for that.
Here we go. Yo, I actually hope he wins, Loki. If you're on new round.
Good morning, peeps. It is now Friday. NFP is a pretty big day for the markets. So we had a trade last night. It's gonna get dark here. We had a trade last night, and I actually got quite fortunate because I did not get into the trade. So gold was starting to do some funky things late last night. There was a trade that I was watching that looked good to me, and I was waiting to see if they were gonna send anything, and turns out they sent this signal at like 12:30 at night, 1 a.m. There's another message at 1:30 in the morning. So another downside of signals, you gotta be up at the time that they're up. You've gotta be ideally in their time zone. I don't know what time zone they are in, but I'll show you the trade. You can see we had some downwards movement, which stopped them out, and then it just shot back up and shot back down. So just, you know, up and down movement. That got them stopped out, and now we're kind of just ranging. They said that there probably won't be any trades today because of NFP. Started this video on Tuesday, so we'll continue it on.
That's like the best thing though. Like that's at least they're telling the people, yo, NFP, you gotta be sharp. Probably won't end the market because of an impulsiveness.
Monday to see what other kind of setups we can get, and then that will conclude the full week of trying trading signal services.
Okay. Here we go.
There's actually been about a week. It's been over a week since we last spoke.
Are you kidding me?
Since I last spoke to you guys. And so I want to go over what happened since I've been gone and how the signals are actually going. So even though this is supposed to be trading signals for a week, I guess you're kind of getting a little bit more of an accurate depiction because it's more going to be like 2.5 weeks or so. So what happened was last week I was away, so I wasn't really watching the markets that closely. I didn't do any personal trading, or at least trading within my strategy, but I was watching the signals that were being sent out. And so I have some stats here for you guys, which are not very promising. The account is down. All you need to know is that there's more red than green. Last week we had 3 break-even trades, 3 losses. Today though is Monday. We did have the biggest win so far. So again, on gold, this has been on gold across the board. You can see here it was...
He's down minus 180 pips so far, but like, it depends what this guy is, how much percent
it was this sell here on gold, so this is a 15-minute time frame. So there's a 78 fib sell with the price action, and then we got in around here, and it dropped quite nicely. And then there was a buy that was kind of, I don't really know why. I guess maybe based on price action because we missed.
Over trading, a signal service is over trading. He should have taken that sell and not gone and traded for the rest of the day. Or at least a few days.
61 fib. We did get a little bit of a bounce, but then closed it for a slight loss. So that pretty much wraps up the week of trying Forex signal services. The results are pretty negative. Now, I don't want to say it's necessarily this service or signals as a whole. Market conditions right now are...
I mean, TJFX signals are the best signals ever. I'm in sales right now. Plus 30 pips. I got buys at 1720. C gold hit 1720. And it bounce off.
Quite tough. We are mid-July and we're getting those August vibes when things just aren't moving that well. We're not getting tons of trending movements, which means that it's much easier for the markets to be manipulated, and then we can get some erratic movements that aren't coupled with fundamentals. As a whole, I think I've had like 2 solid wins. I had one win that was like 1.5%. Today's win was 2%. This is totally different than my trading strategy, and I think that is something to be said about Forex signals. Is a signal service similar to your trading style, or is it totally different? If it's totally different, then it's kind of useless because, well, you're just going to be taking random trades and you're not going to know why you're going to be taking them. Whereas if you can actually find some kind of service or group that is going to share setups that are roughly similar to your strategy or potentially identical to your strategy, that could actually be valuable because you can learn from other traders and see what it is that they're looking to take and what they are taking. This video was actually a lot of fun to make, and so I think this could be the start of a new series where I try different signal
Yo, Matt, you need to do this.
Services for a week or a month or however long and share my results here. So let me know in the comment section what signal service or group you think I should join for a month and record my results with them. Now the only thing left to do is to bring back up the account because we did have a few losses. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Great video. Make sure to check out Matt. Link is down below in the description. I mean, he was at a loss in the end of the day, but did actually miss a plus 80 pip trade. So, you know, it's hit or miss. In the end of the day with signals, you need to be active, but also you need to find someone decent. So it's all about trying to find someone decent whilst using good risk management. If you are new around here and you have stayed watching, you are a true supporter. So make sure to follow the journey by subscribing, liking this video, and commenting down below. If you want me to react to anyone in the Forex industry or crypto industry, then let me know. Until next video, I'll catch you in a bit. Peace.